Hey, Ursula here. I'm going to just take a quick look at the front yard. I have artichokes in a couple locations. I have lettuce going to seed. Shh, don't tell anyone. I have 2 zucchinis growing in this pot. We'll see if they make it to maturity. Lupines have definitely gone to seed. More lettuce going to seed. We've had an awful lot of rain, and the yard has just become a jungle, a real absolute jungle. We're going to go into the circle garden and just take a look at what there is. At the present time, I'm trying to replace this small fence with these wider holes with a different type of fence that is based on chicken wire, which has smaller openings. I'm hoping that keeps the squirrel out. I'm also trying to keep the deer out. They don't really exactly have a whole lot of room for jumping with a 4-foot fence, but with this little guy, they just step over it. Shoot, I can just step over it if I really wanted to. So, this used to be a beautiful little garden. I had a lovely maple tree. It was a Japanese maple. It has seen better days. It needs to be cut up. That's going to be firewood. This whole section here just full of calendula, and I'd call them Queen Anne's lace, but I just pulled one and I actually think they're carrots. I had at one time a calliope mix with white, yellow, and orange carrots, and they went to seed, and I'm still getting some. I just pulled a wild parsnip out. There's been a lot of wild parsnips in through here. Blueberries did nothing this year. Let's go over here. I'm be careful because we have some poison ivy down here that I'm trying to kill, but it's been raining a lot, like as in 6 days of rain, raining 3 to 4 times a day. And because of that, I haven't been able to get in here to do anything. I'm fighting with the fence, pardon me. All right, so in here, I had a bunch of onions. So we're gonna clear this out later and take a look. We've got another heat dome coming in where temperatures will be in the mid-90s all the rest of the week. But we had late frost, and the blueberries are totally covered in bindweed right now. Those are blueberry bushes. I think I have 4, possibly 5 of them in here. I had a couple die back. In theory, in the center section, avoiding the poison ivy here, I had some strawberries. They did not do real well this year, and I have a lot of weeds that need to come out. Columbine I'm going to leave. I may actually take the seed pods and put it where I want. That thistle's got to go. That's a nasty one. Alright, so we have red vein sorrel in here. This kind of pops up in different places around the yard. I'm happy with it here. It may not be happy. This used to be a shade garden. It's no longer shade. One of the rhubarbs is starting to come back. I planted anise hyssop along the fence there. You can see how short that fence is. This is a black currant. It used to be humongous. It is down to almost nothing. Likewise, the currant that was in here, I don't know if it'll survive the winter. However, the birds did plant me one. And now I'm not seeing it. I'm gonna have to do some weed. There it is. it's not doing real well. It is not doing real well. The heat, it's not designed to grow in this space anymore. When it was shady, it did fine. Tons and tons of borage shows up everywhere. I already cut the yarrow back. It may bloom again. You can see a couple of the blooms, the white flowers. This isn't supposed to be here either. I actually had flowers planted in here along the fence, and they're totally covered over. I don't know if they survived. I had blue salvia in here, and it just didn't do real good this year. I did cut back a lot of the tomatoes. Because of the weather, I was not able to get in here and tie them to the trellis, but they are now, and hopefully I can keep that up. Hopefully it won't be too hot for too long. Below them, I've got them companion planted with celery. Got a lot of celery. There's some dill in here too. And then I've got some Thai basil. From what I've been reading, borage is supposed to go really well with tomatoes as a companion plant. And I have it all through here in various stages. This is going to be a nice bit of seed to collect later. This is lettuce again. Those guys are the San Marzanos, and I think these are the Romas. And at some point I had planned to plant in front of them, and that never happened. But you can see they're already starting to set fruit. It's been raining a lot, so fruit is a water storage device in its own way. On the other side, besides the rhubarb, I have a lot of weeds to pull. Curly dock wasn't supposed to be in here. There's a lot of other weeds in here that just randomly showed up. I lost my cherry tree, and instead I now have a tomato, and the peas actually did finally grow. The second planting worked really great. I've already harvested at least twice off of these, and they go behind the corn. I don't know if you can tell, but this fence is 6 feet tall. This corn is 6 feet tall. It's a dwarf popcorn variety that's not supposed to get any bigger than 4 feet. So I'm a little perplexed by that, but I guess I must have pretty good soil. And then hiding in here, I have also more celery. There was a lot of celery left over. My gnome, that's an aster I planted. That'll bloom in fall. I have a couple more that should have gotten put in the ground. We have finally identified this plant. This is a marshmallow. How do I know? I bought seed and I planted some, and they look the same. It's pretty amazing. And my understanding is that you can harvest the small little buttons, but you can also wait a couple years and just harvest the roots. The roots actually give you a better mucilage for making marshmallows. Go look up online. There's all kinds of recipes. They use gelatin and a slurry made with water and the boiled roots. And of course a lot of sugar, because marshmallows are nothing if not sugar. This is I didn't plant this. This was leftover, reseeded from last year. It's a volunteer. It's a straw flower. It's really pretty. And in and amongst my corn is a sunflower that tipped over. You can see all the peas here. I just picked, and there's tons more already. I do have one cherry left. I'm gonna have to get a companion because you need 2 cherry trees. And you can see where I've transitioned from my 6-footer to the 4-footer. And the goal is to put this all the way around. And then if I can't, I'll do a double fence with the little guys so that the deer don't come in. In theory, I'm sure they can just step right over the top. So that's my mess. This needs to be weeded, and that requires gloves because there may be more poison ivy in here. Anyway, take care everybody. Happy gardening.